Welcome to New Orleans. Ross Smith here, you know me all. Of course, you didn't expect me to be doing a show down here from New Orleans. New Orleans, Louisiana, probably known as the food capital of North America. I'm very lucky to be here at the New Orleans School of Cooking with a recent found friend of mine, Kevin, who teaches here at the school. Kevin, we're going to do some fine New Orleans Cajun Creole style cooking today.
Oh yes, oh yes. Now wait, New Orleans, because it rhymes in songs. Down here, if you're from the city, Nolans. Well, this is Nolans, y'all.
You're going to make me say Nolan.
We're going to say Nolans. This is
Even
Nolans.
though I promised not to say
Only because you promised not to say A.
Okay. Okay, big fella, get up here and let's do
we
some
can start
cooking.
cooking. Yes.
Ron
yes.
Hosner, eat your heart out.
Yes, this is what Creole cooking can do for you.
No wonder they have such good football teams down here.
That's right. But we can't win. The Saints don't win because they're
LSU
eating.
did pretty good.
They're eating. They're always eating. They're on the sidelines eating.
There you go.
We're going to start today with a traditional Cajun dish, jambalaya.
All right.
Oh, jambalaya. We're going to do a little gumbo. First you make a roux. We can't do anything down here without making a roux, which is browning oil and flour. But first, the jambalaya. Jambalaya is a traditionally Cajun dish where everything is cooked in one pot. In the pot, what we started with, and you can yank it on back there before I stick my hand on there and burn it.
I've already done that.
Oh, okay. We did back and palm before you all joined us. But in the pot, I have Louisiana Trinity. Louisiana Trinity is typically onion, celery, bell pepper. Jambalaya, the important thing is the rice is going to be cooked in all one pot. So we have to have the right amount of liquid to cook the rice.
So it becomes a casserole dish. Totally.
Yes, yes. Like
This
a
can
casserole.
be done as a soup or as a sauce.
No.
It's
It's not poured over. It's going to be all as one. The keys to a jambalaya is depending on, for every cup of rice, we need 2 cups Trinity. So here today we're going to do 6 cups of rice. We have 6 cup onions, 3 cups celery, 3 cups bell pepper. And we're boiling. As we say in New Orleans, it's coming to a boil, quick.
And this could be the only time I get to touch the food today.
Well, yes, I won't let you eat. See, I have to maintain my energy. I can't let you eat.
So we have 6 cups of rice here.
6 cups of rice.
Now, what kind of broth did you have? Is that a broth?
I never cook with water. No, never cook with water because water dilutes, and we want to cook with a flavored liquid. We want to cook with a flavored liquid. So to give my brown color for my chicken and sausage jambalaya, I put a little kitchen bouquet.
Great.
And I use
Great
a little
idea. That's
chicken
available
bouillon.
everywhere in the world.
That's available everywhere. Chicken bouillon cubes to give that water flavor. So now, oh, look, you put the rice in. We have some nice sausage in there, good firm smoked sausage. When I was in Canada, I did a turkey kielbasa jambalaya. So you just don't have to use a sausage from Louisiana.
And that was in Ontario, was it?
Windsor. Windsor, yes. Yes. Well, that's like the Florida of Canada. It wasn't that cold.
Maybe the people in Windsor believe that.
Well,
I think the people in Vancouver sort of think we're the
anything north of the
Florida,
interstate here is winter. It is north, and it's very cold, very cold. But in the pot also, for every cup of raw rice, we need 1.25 cups of liquid, because we need the proper amount of liquids. When you're trying to, it's splashing out. You're trying to splash it back in. I know this. That's okay. That's okay. But this is great. The top. Look, it's coming to a boil. Let's turn it down to a simmer.
So it's just cooking the rice.
Oh, there we go.
In the fluid.
Yes, yes, and also out of the fluid.
And
but this
cooking
is fine.
Ross in the steam.
No, but this is fine. This is fine. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. Trust me. I'm not from New York, and I'm saying trust me.
I don't work here.
But the keys to let me get my voice now.
Go ahead.
The keys to jambalaya. Make sure it's important that you have 2 cups Trinity for every cup of raw rice.
And Trinity being the mise en place.
The onion, celery, bell pepper. Of course, garlic, because we had garlic. Ever since day one here, this is why in New Orleans we eat so much in South Louisiana. We've always had seasonings from day one growing wild. They were growing wild. Bay laurel trees for bay leaves, thyme. Don't worry about that. No, that's flavoring. That's extra flavoring.
It's easy for you to say not to worry about. The guys that have to clean up are going to hate me.
Well, that's you they hate, not me. But we've had all of these seasonings growing wild. And ever since day one, we would take, say, food with no refrigeration, say like a piece of deer meat, rub these seasonings into it to give it some taste.
Of course.
That's why we eat 10 times a day.
Is it also the Cajun style food? That comes from Canada, basically. Does it not, like a couple hundred years back?
The Acadians were exiled by the British, where Nova Scotia is today. They knew New Orleans was a French-speaking colony. But New Orleans was already established. So they settled all throughout southwest Louisiana. And this is a traditional Cajun dish because it's a rice-based dish. Everything is cooked in one pot. And you know, the Cajuns, they kind of talk like that, Michelle. Ooh, holly y'all are. I'm so glad for y'all to see me today. Ooh, let me tell you. Every Cajun, you know, they got to have a
New
Thibodeau.
Orleans too?
No, they say that city.
That city.
That city.
That's great.
You know, because the Cajuns, they live outside of the town. Oh, but they good people, Miss Sharon. Let me tell you. Ooh. And I didn't say eh.
Okay, now, did you talk about the sausages we put in there?
The sausages. In the jambalaya, I used a firm smoked sausage that was also a well-seasoned sausage. It's a hot sausage. Our flavoring from the jambalaya is going to come right out of the sausage. Basically, we sauteed everything down, put our liquid in, brought it up to a boil. And this is where we want to season it because, like I said, I used a turkey kielbasa when I was in Windsor. I seasoned it and I over-seasoned it. I tasted my liquid and I wanted it over-seasoned because when I put the rice in,
Of course, for the rice.
it has to be over-seasoned. So basically, this is going to stay covered. We're going to go in about 5 minutes, turn everything over, and it's on a simmer now. It's turned down on a very low fire.
And you don't want to play with this while it's cooking. The same as cooking with rice. You don't want to deal with that.
I mean, there were people worried
deal
about
with it
steam
once or twice.
escaping, you know.
Yeah.
Just lock the doors in both the windows, you know,
That's it.
and the steam won't escape.
So that would take from the time of the initial cutting your vegetables, putting them in, sautéing the meats.
20 minutes.
That's
20
it.
minutes.
And the time for the rice.
I like to tell everybody, take a day, because the reason we eat so much in Louisiana is because it gets the family together.
Of course.
Take a day when you're off, sit down with the kids. The kids might not chop vegetables, but they can measure. I have a 6-year-old and 3-year-old. And I'm at the kitchen table and I'm chopping the onion, celery, bell pepper. My 6-year-old and my 3-year-old are there with the measuring cups, putting it in the baggies.
How big's your 6-year-old?
4'7". He's here. He's here.
That's
He's
not a surprise.
Yes, I was contacted by the Rough Riders. Yeah, they want to draft him already.
Oh, please make him stay down here. He'll get way better football.
But he can cook.
Well,
He
that's
might go in
great.
if he can't play. If he can't get the job on the team as playing football, he can
come up
go
and
on
get
as a
job
cook.
in Whistler.
Yes, yes. Of course, of course. For the gumbo that we're going to do, this is a sausage that's typically found in South Louisiana. It's a chopped sausage rather than a ground sausage. It's called andouille. And andouille is just a chopped sausage.
And it's a ham sausage, so it's
Yes, yes.
It almost looks in closely like a kielbasa.
Yes, very similar to a kielbasa.
Very similar chunks of meat in the sausage.
But what's
rather
important about Louisiana cooking, our cooking isn't classical cooking. We've always, from day one, because the city was surrounded by swamps, made do with what we had. So if you don't have andouille, you can use a kielbasa, you can use a Canadian bacon. The only thing I wouldn't use in our cooking is an Italian sausage, because it has a heavy fennel taste and it'll overpower all of the seasonings and it'll cook apart. But the best part is a picking sausage. A pick.
Really?
If you cook with a sausage or anything that's good enough to eat before you cook with it, it's going to taste great.
I feel like that about wine also. I feel you shouldn't cook with the wine that you won't drink.
Why not? That's the taste
There
you're
you
going to
go.
get. That's the taste you're going to get.
Okay.
Pick it. You can pick it. You want to pick it?
Thank you.
You can pick it. You can pick it.
So
Mother
this
said
is
never
cooking.
talk with your mouth full. All right, look at us now.
Now you have some finely chopped chicken,
Some chicken, a
dark and
parboiled.
white meat. It looks like just total
Well,
carcass
what you
meat.
do is you never make a mistake in your cooking, as long as you never tell people what you're going to serve them, because you can always change the name of it. So when you get back to Canada, parboil your chicken, dice it up, pull it off the bone, dice it up, and tell them it's alligator.
Actually, I've been known to.
You've been known to do that. Oh, okay.
Things like that before, yes.
Seriously. See, the white meat comes from the tail. An alligator uses his tail all the time. You like this? See, he uses his tail all the time to move. The white meat will be a little tougher. The dark meat comes from the shoulder area. It's a little tender. Bring it back to Canada. Tell your friends, taste this.
So now you've got us totally convinced that there's alligator in here.
Well, I don't know myself. Is it chicken or is it alligator? Tastes like chicken. So does everything.
Okay. Now, that's going to take about another 15 minutes from now. 20
No,
minutes from the time of
no,
rice?
no.
Or
And
less?
once we put the rice in, normally in 10 minutes, we can go in and turn everything.
About 10-minute time.
If we're doing a seafood jambalaya with shrimp, or if we're doing a vegetarian jambalaya, you can steam your vegetables off ahead of time. We'll go in here, turn everything over, okay? Take the rice that's at the top, mix it toward the bottom so it'll heat up too, and we'll take it off the fire. Then we could put our steamed vegetables on the top, put our shrimp on the top. This way they've been pre-cooked and they won't overcook. They won't overcook, and then we'll just gently fold them in. I would never cook this dish, and if I want a red jambalaya, into my water, I would put paprika, or sprinkle paprika. I would never cook tomato products in my jambalaya, because the acid from the tomatoes and the rice. I mean, it's like Louisiana and Texans, you know.
That's a good point, actually. There's not a lot of tomatoes used in Creole or Cajun style cooking. There is in certain dishes, but
Certain dishes.
quite a bit of it that there's a problem in northern states or in Canada.
You mean like
where-
North Louisiana? Yes.
You don't think that's part of the state, do you?
No, this is South Louisiana is like coming to a whole different country without ever
I've
having
been
to
told
exchange
that
currency.
by everyone that's talked
It
about
is.
food
It is. I
down
mean,
here, yeah.
this is a state where we have Interstate 20 running east to west across the top, but in the bottom of the state we have Interstate 10, and we just now have our first interstate connecting North and South Louisiana. It's those folks up there and those folks down there.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do now.
What are we going to do now?
We're going to hang on to this. We're going to take a little short break,
Okay.
and then we're going to come back. And what are we doing next? We're going to do a jambalaya, right?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. This is a jambalaya.
That's jambalaya.
That's gumbo.
That's gumbo.
Jambalaya.
Who's on first?
New Orleans.
Nolans.
Okay, hang on, hang around here. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we're going to start with another traditional Cajun dish for you.
Oh, mes chers, yeah. Ooh, let me.
Welcome back, and here.
Hi. I always wanted to hide behind somebody. I was always too big to hide behind somebody. So you see, I kind of duck right back here like this.
So what you're saying is that I'm big enough to hide behind. Thanks a lot.
Oh, I was just testing.
Okay, here we are. My good buddy here, Kevin, of course. Like I said, eat your heart out, Ron Hausner.
Hi, Ron. Come see me. Get off the diet plan.
my new friend,
I'll take care of you. Get you some
Now,
credibility.
This is the first thing we started in the first
This is the
segment.
first thing we started. Remember, we brought
And
everything
this is
to
a jambalaya.
jambalaya. Means gifted with rice.
New Orleans.
No, oh, let me tell you. Whoo, look at that. Look
Local
at that.
now. Okay.
But jambalaya means gifted with rice. And no matter where you go in the world, there's only two ways to cook rice.
Wow.
One is boiled rice, and one is to cook rice with a flavor.
Now
And so we're cooking with
Now the
flavor.
amazing thing here is that you did not put a lot of herbs and spices in this.
No, because I'm using a
very
well-seasoned
simple.
sausage.
The sausage flavors it.
Yes, but if I wasn't using a well-seasoned sausage, I could use my favorite all-purpose seasoning, however season I want. But it's important that when you put the liquid in, to over-season it. It's important to over-season it because when you put in the rice is going to absorb a lot of that flavor.
And again, with this, we just used a broth. Did you use chicken or beef in this, or a mix of both?
I use chicken.
Chicken broth.
I use a little chicken. Anything, I'd never cook with water. If I'm boiling rice, if I'm just boiling rice, I'll put some chicken bouillon in it. I'll open a can of soup. I'll strain a can of soup. At home one day, I didn't have anything to put in. I put ketchup in water just to give it some flavor. I wasn't going to cook with just water. Yes.
How did it turn out, Kevin?
Turned out great that I can remember. They ate it.
Okay.
But then again, on a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, they aren't very picky. I mean,
Okay. Now,
Okay.
we're just going to
yes,
rotate
okay. You
this
see
a
how
little
everything's
bit.
cooked? We rotate a little bit.
Perfect. We're just
This
mixing
is
it
where we
slightly.
would normally put on, you see there's enough steam coming out of that pot to where if we've steamed off some vegetables or if we parboil some shrimp, so the vegetables or the shrimp won't be overcooked. This is when we put them on top.
Okay,
So we
now,
take a little bit of
what do we have
our
here? We have a little bit of, now this isn't alligator, this is chicken. You were,
It's
You were
chicken.
jawing me.
parboil it, pull it off the bone and dice it up. But I mean, what, chicken is what, 67 cents a pound? Alligator is about $9 a pound?
67 cents a pound.
Call it whatever. The kids don't like your cooking at home. Moms, call this
Well, $3.29 a pound.
$3.29. Hey?
Where this is being aired.
Wait.
Oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
Well, you can. We have some already mixed in, but that's fine.
Well, if I'm
But
doing
if
it
we
wrong,
want, if
tell
we
me.
no. The thing is, if this is vegetables, we can just take a little bit, put it on the top, and put our cover back on,
Now
and the
just let it up.
steam will heat it in. We already have some on the inside.
Okay.
And the reason why, because when we get ready to serve it, we want our vegetables whole and not broken up. But you were doing it right. I mean, hey, as long as it comes out, that's fine.
Okay, now we're going to start.
This is Mexican chickens. You see it's jumping out of the plate.
We're going to start a gumbo now.
Gumbo.
Now, is there a specific gumbo that has to be, or has gumbo got such a wide personality that you can make it so many different ways with different fillings?
Here in the city, we have about 1.5 million ways of making gumbo. That's how many people we have living in the city.
It's like a word for stew or heavy soup or.
Gumbo actually comes from the word okra. It was an African word, okra.
That's
The
what I heard.
Africans,
It's originally an African.
yes, the Africans brought the gumbo seeds over with them. And here, when we were first founded by the French, we had the Indians here at first, but we had the French, the Spanish, the African, the Italian, the German. Everybody's sticking their hands into the pot. And since everybody was sticking their hand into the pot, okra was one of the things that went into gumbo, and the word for okra is gagumba. That's what I read in the history books.
So this is the history of the dish.
Yes, and that's how it got the name. Everything got its name from something or another, and that's where it got the name gumbo from. But the base for our gumbo is a roux.
Of course.
Is a roux. There, and if you can see, I'm holding up a book. Would you like it down? Would you like it up? Look, drive the camera people crazy. Look, up, down, up, down, up. Oh, okay. Oh, I'll put it right down here in front of them, right here in front.
Okay, now roux, of course, we've
Now this is what you all are missing, the secret ingredient here. My tie just went into the pot. And you see, and this is the real secret ingredient to Louisiana cooking. Now have your clothes go into your food. Okay.
Get that on the recipe,
Yes.
Shelley.
That's on the recipe. You see, a little pork loin here going, you know. But, isn't that good? A light roux, a medium roux, a dark roux, the dreaded Cajun black roux.
There you go.
The roux is the base. The lighter the roux, the more of a thickening agent it's going to be.
And a roux being such a simple thing, it's basically just some type of fat, being butter, oil, or lard, and flour.
With flour, cooked off.
And cooking it. It's usually fairly equal amounts. It's something you have to...
Yes, you always want a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
Because if you would start off with flour and oil, and after 15 minutes of cooking, if you find, oh, I have too much oil, and put in some more flour, and then cook it another 15 minutes, you have flour cooked at two different temperatures, two different times. But this is the base. The great thing about putting a gumbo together is I've made my roux, and in my pot, I have Louisiana Trinity. Onion, celery, bell pepper.
The same
we
thing
can't cook without onion, celery, bell pepper.
Let me just show this to the people here, what we've got.
Well, sure, stick your hand in.
You hold heavy pans here.
That's right. We're heavy people. You can't trust skinny people. They blow away.
I'll just lift up this 2,500-pound cast iron pot.
This is the workout tape.
This is basically the Trinity, as Kevin said, with the roux, which is, and you used lard, did you not?
Yes, I used lard and flour, equal amounts.
Lard and flour, and you took it to about a medium brown, not too dark.
Basically, in here I have.
I'd say you took it.
No, I took it all the way to the end.
That's dark.
All the way to the end. What will happen with the roux? The darker you cook the flour, the glutens, which give flour its binding consistency, will cook out of it.
There you go.
And let me tell you something else, folks at home, that's important. To keep your composure, when you stick your hand on a hot pot, like I'm doing now, and not to holler, because the audio people will go crazy. You know? Would you like to do the honors of trying my hand?
Let me help you with this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, we're professionals. Yes.
So what we're going to do with now that can be kept aside.
This can be kept aside. Let me say something else about this. You can, if you're doing this for a party, you can do this the day before. You can make your roux. You can put it on your onion, celery, bell pepper. My mother, and to show you how much you can use onion, celery, bell pepper, I remember my mother coming home, watching my mother put a stick of butter in a pan, take out onion, celery, bell pepper, and I say, Mom, what are you cooking? She says, I don't know yet. Then she'd open the refrigerator to find something to put in it. Yeah. We don't eat leftovers in this city. We don't eat leftovers in South Louisiana. We have ingredients for the next day's meal. We don't know what leftovers is. No, you can tell from me they don't have much leftovers anywhere. But this is credibility. No skinny people in this city. They blow away in hurricanes. I mean, I have people attached onto me. You should see grabbing onto my apron strings all the time. What are we doing? Gumbo. I thought you were cooking. Oh, you're not from here. Hey, Ross.
I would say we should.
Tell me what you do down here in Louisiana, eh?
Lord knows, but I have no idea. Actually, I came down here to for a catering exposition.
Oh,
and
okay.
I did come down with the pure purpose of mine to check into Louisiana Cajun Creole style cooking.
Well, you know, I'm seriously glad you did, because there's so many restaurants and so many places across the country that slap up a sign saying Louisiana style and Cajun style. And they get in the kitchens and they dump cayenne pepper cayenne pepper till it's so hot they have to actually taste it and spit it out.
And they burn things and call it blackened.
That's right. That's right. But I
have learned certain things.
That's good. That's good. I saw you blackened your palm excellently earlier, just like I did my wrist here, kind of sauteed on the pot.
I have learned that you don't say New Orleans, you say New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
The singers to rhyme with songs. New Orleans.
I have learned. Nobody at home's going to understand this. I've learned where I got my shoes.
Oh, you do?
I've learned that. Yes.
But I bet you $5 I can spell your last name.
$5.
Yes. I bet you $5 I can spell your last name.
I think I'll take that bet.
YOURLASTNAME. Thank you. Back to the roux. And you can do this on the side while you're cooking at home to make a little extra money and pay for your dinners at home. You need change? I have change. Wait,
I got it.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is not Canadian, eh? Oh, okay, okay. Hey, no. Let me say this right quick. Guys coming home from Saudi Arabia and Canada, thank you guys, sincerely. Hey, if you're ever down here, look us up. But thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. You didn't have your butt over in Saudi Arabia. What are you doing?
I'm a little too old for that.
You're a little too old. Hey, oh yeah, I'm a little too old for that. Way to get out of it. Thanks, guys, okay? Thanks. What are we doing? Gumbo. We're still doing gumbo.
I think
we're doing gumbo. We don't know who we're doing. Wait till this show airs.
Now you've got a hot broth.
I've got hot broth. This is just to help it quicker. This is just to quicken it. But what I was saying is you can take this and actually refrigerate it. You can actually refrigerate this. So we put in our sausage, like that. See? Sausage. Dump in the chicken.
We have some chicken.
And I grabbed the hot pot. No, I sound like Julia.
Actually, that was a very good speech. You should have been there.
I was. I'm out of makeup right now.
I recognize you.
That's right. Yes. Yes. Oops. Oh, okay. Yes.
And you think we're unorganized at home?
Yes. Now, with the gumbo, we put in the sausage and the chicken. And if the camera people can stop laughing, we might not be looking like this on the screen, you know? We're looking like this right now because they're laughing. It's not over yet, okay. With the gumbo, we want to just let this simmer on a low fire for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Hour and a half to 2 hours. What will happen is if any fat in the sausage will come up to the top, so periodically we don't want to stir it up in there, but we just want to skim it. And remember, we started off with a cup of flour and a cup of oil to make the roux, but because we cooked the gluten out of the flour, it's liquidy. It won't thicken because we cooked the gluten out of the flour. Traditionally here in New Orleans, we serve gumbo, if we're serving it as a meal, over rice. If we're serving it as a soup or as an appetizer, we serve it just as is, in a bowl. One of the local ways we love to eat it is over a nice cold scoop of potato salad. And just ladle that hot, ooh, let me oh, it's so good it make you beat your mama. Oh, let me tell you.
So what type of cooking time do we need on this now?
As long as we have. It won't, no, it's not going to thicken, okay? It's not going to thicken. If we need to serve this in 15 minutes, hey, we can serve it.
What if you wanted to serve it in 5 minutes?
I think we could do that for another $5.
Okay. Here we go again. No, I'm going to make a bet. I'm going to have to be shown like an idiot again.
Okay. Guess my weight.
340. Okay.
Oh, wait, is that naked or dressed? I mean, wait. So we just, yes. Oh, that was killing. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, less that way.
We're going to let this simmer. We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back.
Rolling.
Welcome back. We're here again at the Louisiana New Orleans School of Cooking.
Nolans.
Sorry, I did it again.
Thank you.
Nolans.
I
know where I got my shoes, though.
Don't take them off. Don't take them off.
Friend here, sitting down, now I can deal with him a little more of one-on-one. Instructor here at the school. Kevin, we have some guests here. Do you want to introduce and let everything go?
New Orleans, we eat 10 times a day. Anytime we bump into food, we found Cassandra and Andrew outside. We said, hey, guys, you want to eat? They said, yo, we're up. So we have some jambalaya for them, some gumbo. I mean, true New Orleanians, I tell you what. And this is what we're going to do best, is eat. Oh, Terrence, Greg, bring in the, woo. Ross, let me show you something. Now, you see, this is important. The reason we eat so much is to keep families together. Families used to sit down and eat every meal every day. That's why we eat so much down here in New Orleans, to keep the families together. But let me show you something. When I go to an all-you-eat buffet, so if you would like to partake in some of their plates, pick your weapon.
I think we might need bigger plates.
Yes, we only need one serving here. You mind, Andrew, if I have a little bit of your gumbo? See, you know he's from New Orleans. He guards his plate. He guards, whoo, let me tell you.
Now, you are New Orleans people, are you? You're from yes. New Orleans, I'm sorry, New Orleans. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. And how is that compared to normal New Orleans-style cooking?
Wait, what do you expect? With a man 6'9" sitting over your shoulder, how would you say it is at just cooking?
You're going to say that.
No, but seriously, I mean, you guys are from here. What about the gumbo? How's the gumbo or the jambalaya? Don't you hate that when you're at a restaurant, you're out to eat, and the waiter waits till you have a mouthful of food? How is everything? How is everything? Huh? It's great. Oh, all right, all right.
Louisiana all the way.
Louisiana, all right, all
Now,
right.
Kevin, one thing, if we were doing a full dinner, there would be these 2 courses plus maybe 1 or 2 others or something, would there not?
We could do the gumbo as an appetizer,
Yeah.
or as our soup.
Mm-hmm.
We do the jambalaya as the main course, but then we could do a bread pudding, bananas Foster for dessert, and make some pralines, a little pecan praline.
Or that good old cornbread you can get down here also.
French bread, French bread.
French bread.
Oh, let me tell you. See, there's an art down here. In gumbo, you take the French bread and you dunk. But if it's a saucy dish that you're serving as an entree, you slop. So you have to know when to slop and when to dunk. But as long as it gets in your mouth and you can lick your fingers,
These
that's
are
it.
professional cuisine terms, of
Yes.
course, slopping and dunking.
Yes, yeah, of course. You see, because my
They
title
will be on
is...
the recipes that you can all pick up at the conference center next week. Which one to slop and which one to dunk.
Sure, slopping. I teach a course in slopping and dunking. But what you see going on now is this is what I got my title. I'm a human taxidermist because I stuff people. Last year in New Orleans, unfortunately, we lost 18 people in different restaurants around the city. People ate so much, they're sitting there, I can't eat another bite. But they look up, and they eat a little bit more, boom, they just explode. We lost 18 people last year to that.
It's okay. Before or after they paid their checks?
After.
Oh, that's okay.
That was okay. That's okay.
Okay, what I'd like to do now is that you've got a flying crew here that's helped us
I
with
can't
this
do it.
show.
This is the easy part for me to do. But
No, there's people around here doing all the work. We've just been standing
oh,
here.
my right
acting like
hands,
fools.
both my hands, both my hands.
I'd like to bring
Acting?
out
Who's
your
acting
crew.
like a fool? We have no sense. Come on, Greg,
guys.
Terrence.
Terrence and Greg.
Let me.
I'd like to thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. We're going to send you a tape of this down from Whistler, from Canada.
Eh?
Come on in here a little closer. Eh?
Now you see. Let me show you something.
You say
Greg
that better than I say Nolan.
And Terrence, notice this. We're working on them. I found them at diet centers throughout the city. Yes. When they were walking out, I put a plate of food under their nose. They've just been with us a week now, but we're working on them to gain some credibility.
They've got fine small growth there.
Small growth, but we're working on it.
Not quite like me, also. I'd
No,
probably
you
make
see,
a more full-time employee.
That means I don't have to pay them half time.
Oh,
Since they're only,
right.
yeah, okay, that's good. That'll work too.
Okay.
But they're on that program. They're on that program.
Okay.
How you guys doing? You guys doing all right? They're not even talking. Notice they're just. Yes.
I always
yes.
find that's a good sign.
Yes.
Yeah. Kevin,
Is it like Mama used to make?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Do I have to wear a dress then?
No.
Make sure you eat all your vegetables there, honey. Oh, make sure, darling.
listen.
What? Okay, I'm listening. What are we
I'd
doing?
like to thank you.
Oh,
and
you're
your
more than
crew.
welcome. Hey, everybody up there, come on down.
I'm sure they
Louisiana.
will, and,
Hey, let me tell you, this is it, people. Good food, good people. Hey, this is it.
Now, what I'd like you to do is do the final sign-off for the show. For
Oh,
me.
no. I watched the Grammy Awards. Ross has his own show, and the only figure way I can get my own show after watching the Grammys is to become a rapper.
If I
So I'm
can
gonna be the
wear
rapping
this-
chef. I'm gonna be the rapping chef. You know? 6'9", 300 pounds, you know? My name is Kevin, and I'm bigger than life. I got 2 kids, ain't got no wife. My mother-in-law lives in the spare room. She's great in the kitchen, and she's good with the broom. Now make sure that you pay attention so you won't have to see me in after-school detention. The chicken won't be tough, and your meat will be tender. Sit there, make sure that you look and listen. At the end of the day, I'll teach you how to cook. Oh, let me tell you, I can't see. I mean, this is it. Or you know what else I could do for my own show? The WWF. The WWF of cooking. Oh, you dirty dog. You hit me over the head with a pot. I'm going to get my recipe back. Oh, baby. Oh.
That's good. Thanks.
Oh.